Tech Check. And today I have with us Jehanzeb Chaudri from Mandi Express. And before we dive in, Jehanzeb, I just want to tell everybody, I love your story about being an organic farmer in Hawaii. That's a longer conversation for another day. But in any case, welcome aboard. Tell us more about you, Jehanzeb, and Mandi Express.
So let me tell you what Mandi Express is all about. Um, my story, I was a normal guy in Chicago. I'd gone abroad to study, and I was doing my first job, thinking about climbing up the ladder. You know, all those dreams you have.
Sure.
But like literally 3 months into it, it was just not what I had expected. And I actually went on a vacation to Hawaii. That was the goal. And it was this farm. It was an experience called WOOF, Worldwide Organization for Organic Farmers.
Right.
And the deal was for broke, fresh college grads. You just go there with pretty much no money. You work on a farm anywhere in the world for 5 hours a day, and you get free food and a place to stay in Hawaii. So I was okay. I'll do this. And like when I look back at how long ago that was, it changed my life. Like, if had I not done this, I would never be where I am today. But like, so essentially I lived on a permaculture inspired organic farm in the middle of a rainforest on the island of Maui in Hawaii, literally in the jungle, and in a tent for 3 months. And I was basically living on a plantation of coconuts and papaya, banana, pineapple, all kinds of stuff. And really, it was a life-changing experience. I was a different person, different diet, different way of thinking. And it's kind of the Hawaii way, you know, they're kind of spiritual people. But really what I took most from there was the food, the love for food, of organic, clean, pure food.
Right.
And I was on this macrobiotic diet and kind of just fell in love with it. So
Awesome.
I came back and I decided while I was there that this is how I'm going to proceed with my life. I'm going to become a farmer. I'm going to go back to Pakistan. I'm going to grow a whole lot of organic produce and kind of have the rest of Pakistan experience the same thing. And I don't know, just one thing led to another. That's what I hope to be, a farmer. And the thing is that in Pakistan, the supply chain is extremely fragmented.
Mm-hmm.
As I ventured out, I went to the superhighway and I wanted to buy some land. And as I spoke to more people that I want to sell organic produce, everybody kind of just went like, what is this kid talking about? Organic produce, a cucumber's a cucumber and onion's an onion. That's what it is. What are you talking about? And that was it. So that's kind of where I started to become a farmer. And then I started solving one problem or tried to solve a problem and then another. And everything just evolved into what we are today, which is simply, we solved the problem of convenience for our household customers. We solved the problem of unfair prices and a lack of transparency in the supply chain for our B2B customers. We solved the problem for packaging and quality control for our B2B white label customers like DFresh and other platforms. So that's one side of the business. And the other side of the business is the supply chain. So, when I was trying to do my own farming, I realized that as a farmer, you don't really make any money. If you spend 100 rupees at a retailer, the farmer gets 20 rupees out of that, 10 rupees out of that. It's nothing. Right. So it was like, we need to have a platform. But as I started on this journey, I realized it's, you can't start with a platform. And I connected one farm, I connected some more farm, but like really was about solving that problem. So that problem that one should be able to, from their mobile phone, be able to order anything they need for their kitchen and be sure that it's the right quality, the right price, and it's delivered at the right time. And that's essentially what we've been doing. So literally while I was going through my journey in life to try and become a farmer, I ended up, I went to IBA, I did a master's from there in computer science. I learned more. I started doing experiments with hardware and my backyard farm. I was into e-commerce and set up one startup, then the second startup, which pivoted into Mandi Express. And it's just one thing led to another thing, and here we are, 5 years later. We're in Karachi, Lahore, and we're expanding to Islamabad and beyond. So it's been quite a journey. You know, the startup journey is it's got its peaks and troughs, and I think we've been through it all. But it's good. You know, that's who I am today is so much better than and so much more learned, I would say, than who I was before. And
Awesome,
yeah, it's
awesome story, John. That's very inspiring. And I was going to poke a little fun at you because, you know, I think we when, you know, the whole organic thing in Pakistan is probably it's a bit of a rich person problem, right? It's like, hey, dude, we just want food.
yeah. People, yeah, here in Pakistan, people don't really care much about what they're eating. They have no idea where that food comes from. You know, that's it is where when you go into the agri side of things, the supply chain,
Yeah,
you realize that we're still in the 1930s. You know, in terms of the rest of the world.
sure.
Um, so it's a big problem, but it's also a very big opportunity at the same time, and it's a problem that's experienced by a largely agriculture-based economy. You know, like
Sure.
48% of our labor force, they're from the agri industry. So one would think that we'd be leveraging one of our greatest assets, but we're not. But that is something that, you know, Mandi Express, our team, that is what we're setting out to do. Essentially, the business has kind of it's been evolving, and it's been evolving based on the space that we're in. And unfortunately, there are not many young people, educated young people out there who are working in this industry, and we wish to change that. That's what we're trying to do.
Awesome mission, John Zev, and that's why I was very intrigued by your story. So let's get the diaspora engaged and get punchy here. Quick overview. We got a couple of minutes left.
Yeah.
Any competitors you know of, and then give us some ideas on your financials and what you want from the diaspora.
So, in terms of competitors, every other day there's a new fresh produce startup or a grocery store delivery. So yes, those exist, but as deeply integrated with the supply chain as we are, that we I there's one other company that I know of
Right.
that's doing that. So
Okay.
I would say it's a very difficult business, few barriers to entry. Um, in terms of the numbers, uh, when COVID started, we hit our 1 year targets in a week.
Oh,
So it's been like that. And then just recently, the rains happened and the lockdown got lifted. So that was a setback. So we've had, and you know, this year has just been a year full of surprises, full of uncertainty. But I feel given the constraints, the obstacles, the challenges that this year has thrown our way, we've managed to survive, to stand, and become stronger in a lot of ways. So I think we're good. We're doing like about $80,000 per month,
awesome.
approximately, roughly, and it's a decent amount of business. And this is right now in pretty bad. The economy is on we're in a recession pretty much, you know. So um, we have grown by about 300% in the last year, and we're seeing that the next year will probably be about 300 to 500% if we continue on this path. And I'm talking about the businesses like the B2C business, the B2B business, and the white label business. Um, as we expand and as we grow, our procurement wing becomes stronger as well. And that's all about the supply chain. And so we're doing a few things where we're trying to digitize the wholesale markets through some really cool tech that we've developed. And as we proceed, we're trying to build a platform and bring the entire wholesale market online. So that's what in the works. And if we can manage to successfully do that, I believe the numbers will be a lot greater. And I believe that we'll have solved the problem that I set out to solve right from the start, which was to connect the farmer and have him get a fair price for his produce when they sell at the wholesale markets. You know, so it'll be a complete circle. And that's the hope. So we're looking to raise, and as the
Good.
time comes, maybe like $1 million, $2 million, something close to that range.
Okay.
And yeah, let's see how things go. It's all about growth, you know. It's all about, at the end of the day, with the investors, it's all about the numbers. You know, what's the top line, what's the bottom line.
Exactly.
So I think things are good. Prospects are good as long as nothing else comes. You know, like it's been such a year. I don't know what's next. The fires in California, rains and torrential rains in Karachi. Like we don't know. 2020 is not over.
Never a dull moment in 2020. But hey, we survive. We move on. Anyways, listen, Jehanzeb, our time's
Yeah.
up. Really enjoyed having you on. Love your story.
Awesome. Thanks to be. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
No, pleasure. And to our audience out there, hey, look, we're bringing you organic farmers from Hawaii living in paradise who say, I'm going to fix the supply chain in Pakistan through tech. So for you guys out there, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Come to our instant Instagram, Facebook, like us, share us. We need your support. We got to keep this thing going. With that, I want to thank everybody. Thank you again, Jehanzeb, for joining us. Allah Hafiz.